Welcome to KRL.
He's going on the outside, down the inside. Rob Dog on Wilco. Oh, don't touch, fellas. Side by side, nothing in it. Hackett and Thorpe. Thorpe and Hackett. But V8 man is very, very close. Is he going to have a go down into the hairpin? Oh, Wilco stays out wide. Leaves the door open for Dane, and Dane goes down the inside and takes the lead. But now Wilco's going to have a crack back in around the outside. Can he get it done? Jimbo breaks a little bit early. They almost touch. But Jimbo comes out of the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and I reckon he's going to hold on. Wilco, yes! It's Righty in 11th, Mr. Wright. Looking to go down the inside of Nobby Doldrums, and he's going to get that job done. And I reckon Barters, is he going to win out? Can he hang it around the outside? They touch, but Mighty Murph gets through. Nights a week, Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel.
It's time to go racing for KRL. Oh yes, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world, or as we should be saying in this part of the world, bonjour, hello to you, sacre bleu. We are back for another night, the second time we are going to do this. It is action, of course, from Tier 1 of Round 3 of this KRL season, and it's a great pleasure to have you all along with us tonight. The boys, Luke. Just a few knock-knock jokes there in the comments. Absolutely champagne comedy Kilroy and Jazza Dodsky saying Crumpkin, Crumpkin, Crumpkin. Little does he know, he's not racing tonight, unfortunately, but there are plenty of others who are going to be out there on track here at the circuit. Paul Ricard, and it's my great pleasure to welcome my co-commentator once again on a Thursday night, as he often does, reporting live from the track to give us a driver's perspective. I speak of our man, Jason Wilkinson. Good evening to you.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, very excited. Round 3 already, Trev. It's gone pretty quick, but hopefully, I'm going to put it out there straight away. Hopefully I can go back-to-back tonight, but it's still going to be a good race no matter what, so let's get into it.
Certainly is. Let's get into it. We've had the time for practice is over, and audio sounding good, awesome stuff. So there we have it. We've got a 20-minute qualifying session. We just saw the end of the 7 or 8 minutes of free practice that we have here, and then a 20-minute qualifying session followed by a 45-minute race as we take a look at some of these drivers here tonight. And we've got DJ Mac. Welcome back, Dean McKinnon, the man from Sydney in New South Wales. Great to see him. And then Ayrton Senna, as we see the drivers coming out onto the circuit for the first time this evening. Big hello to you, Ayrton Senna, Senna Sempre, and Madiford in that beautiful 88 McLaren. Very slick looking machine. How is he going to go tonight, I hear you ask? Let's get on the Madiford train. Voodoo Child, great friend of the stream, great friend of everybody's, and which reminds me, we'll get to those points and all the other jazzy looking graphics that Voodoo Child does for us here at KRL. And then it is Nemo Righty in the pink Porsche, who's had a pretty good season, if I don't say so myself, Wilco. Then it's Mighty Murph as he comes out on track, just getting a bit of feel for things here. And you can see on this long back straight, no silly chicanes that we've seen in F1, of course. This circuit, this version of this circuit, there are multiple different layouts, but this one is very nice indeed. And the opportunity to slipstream down that back straight is very real and could provide us with one of many passing opportunities here tonight, as we've got Barters 81, our man Wilco, who's just getting a feel for things out there on track. And then it's Cart Dude Bob Hoskins, the man who was last night speaking French. So bonjour to you, Bob Hoskins there, Elmer Jacko. the man who couldn't quite get the win last night, but he is back for some more Tier 1 action. And then your commentator, Kid Byers, sitting in the pit lane, and I won't be moving too far from there throughout the course of the evening. And then it's the boss, 290, Notice for Blue, and Big Dick Johnson, our driver of the day, or driver of the week from last week. And Wilco, that just leads me nicely into our points for this championship, I should say, Tier 1. And you can see there it is, Cart Dude, the man from Launceston, down there in Tasmania, the St Kilda supporter. He'll be pretty excited that the Saints have made the finals for the first time in a number of years, actually. I think 2011 was the last time, but I digress, because it is Cart Dude in the Mercedes AMG on 40 points, followed by our man Wilco. That's naughty, can't say that too many times, but 33 points, 7 points further back, as you can see on your screen. Righty on 30 points, Ayrton Senna on 27, and then it's Mighty Murphy on 18, Big Dick Johnson on 16 after that smashing comeback drive last week, Bob Hoskins on 10, and the rest of them, Notice for Blue, Matterford HSV, all the way down to Finding Nemo there on 1 point. And let's have a look there. We can see V8 Man, Rob Dog not with us tonight, Binger Barters, the boss, not scoring points so far this season, but that is after round 2. And there are 8 rounds remaining out of the 10 in this championship. As we take a quick look at our drivers of the week, Tier 1 last week, I think I had the deciding vote on that, Big Dick Johnson, who started, well, he was down the back after the opening lap at Misano, and he came back to finish in the top 6 or 7, I think it was, so good effort from him. And Tier 2 driver of the week, Rose Racing. We didn't get to that stream, unfortunately, due to some internet issues, but we did upload some highlights. Big thanks to Jason Wilkinson for providing us with those. But we are going to get back to the important action. And here we are then, Big Dick Johnson out on track. And you can see there, Big Shep has checked in early tonight. And he says, the only French I know is croissant. So big hello to you, Shep, sacre bleu. Thank you for tuning in from Scoresby in Victoria as we take a look at V8 Man 51, who is yet to score a point this season. So this will be very interesting to see whether he can get on the board tonight. He's been flirting with that top 10, but he has had some bad luck, it has to be said, in the opening couple of rounds of this season. But I've got to say, it is Mighty Murph who has jumped to the top of the timesheets with a 155.7. And then look at that, Ayrton Senna. And Senna-esque there, setting a time almost identical, not quite though. And that is a sack skin, I should say, away from a 55.791. Look at that, 0.006 of a second, 6 thousandths of a second, just a sheet of paper, really, when you think about it. And then it's make that righty now, popping into pole position. It is very, very close at the top. You can see there the top 3 separated by just 3. Look at that, not even a tenth of a second. Unbelievable, 30 thousandths of a second. Notice for Blue slotting into 4th. Look at that, the top 4, not even a tenth in it. Back to Jacko in 5th. And then it is Voodoo Child in 6th, Nemo in 7th, Matterford and Nobby Nuts. And half the field have sent their times so far, and half haven't, with 14 minutes remaining in this session. And Jason Wilkinson currently on a hot lap as he comes onto the back straight. Now, what can this man do? Pole position, we saw the times last night. We knew 55s, mid to late 55s were going to be the benchmark for pole position, but this man always has a little bit left in the tank, and he always can pull something out of the bag, it has to be said, when he needs to the most. As he comes down to the back of the end straight here, beautiful circuit, Paul Ricard, host of the French Grand Prix for many, many years, before coming back in 2018. Wilco, just got to be careful there. He's got plenty of runoff. He's got about 380 metres of runoff, in fact. So if he does make a mistake here on his hot lap, he has a chance to get it all back in the right direction and on the black stuff. As we see Luke saying, I predict a 1:54.5, and that is really pacey. And that means that we're going to see, I reckon you're close, Luke. Luke, the absolute legend who watches these streams. Great stuff. Great to have you with us, Luke. And you can
Rose
see
Racing.
Mighty Murph, Rose Racing, thank you, our driver of the week. And 1:54.6. Wowee, Wilco, we were on board for that. Funny that, isn't it? 1:54.642, and boy, oh boy, Luke predicting a 1:54.5 there, Wilco. You've done a 1:54.6. You need to find another 10th, according to Luke.
Yep, I'm sure we will find that as the track gets more and more rubbered up. But just very hard to get a clean lap here because the first lap was actually invalid. So we just got to make sure you stay on the black stuff and get good exit like that, and we should be right.
Good stuff. We'll leave you to it. We'll get back to you. But what is Nobby Nuts doing at the moment, I hear you ask? Well, he's in 12th position, 2.778 seconds off of Wilco in pole position. So plenty of work to do. And I mentioned a second ago, he said, I was saying about how close it was at the top, and that was before Wilco put in that stonking lap of a 1:54.642, and he just put it out there. He said, come on boys, come and get me, as Luke saying, your voice is sounding lovely. Well, isn't that a nice thing to say? And this man, this is why he is one of the favourites, like many of you on the KRL streams. Absolute legend there, Luke RR, Rose Racing. That is what the RR stands for. As we take a look at Nobby Nuts, keep your comments coming in, people. We would love to hear from you tonight. And Nobby Nuts coming across the line now, across the start-finish straight, and he stays in 12th position. We might move along to Ridey, who's not doing too much in the pit lane there. And then it's Senna, 5/10. Look at this, 5/10. All the way down the order,
Senna noticed on the exact same lap time.
Oh, Senna and note. It's happened again, Wilco. They're both, we saw this last night. I forget who the drivers were, but we did see times, identical times. So that is incredible. Obviously, Senna getting that position because he set the faster, or the equal fastest time, the same as noticeably before he set the time, I should say. But, wow, Wilco, you're really spoiling the party at the moment. Between second and fifth, there's nothing in it. And you've just come in and put in a stonking lap. Just to say, come on, let's see if you can catch me. But let's have a look at what's going on further down the field as we take a look at Notice for Blue, who's 5/10, like we said, further back from Wilco. And ooh, that is not the ideal line to take through that corner. And he will be swearing under that helmet, I have to say, in his French accent. And he might not be French, but anyway, we'll go have a look at Jacko and see what Jacko's doing. He's 1.4 seconds off of pole position at the moment. But this is a man who thought he had pole position last night. And in fact, he did not end up with pole position as Harvey Norman took pole position for Tier 2 last night and then managed to get him in the race. Jacko led off the line, and they checked out at the front and had a good old ding-dong battle before it was Jacko falling a few seconds behind after their mandatory pit stops, and it was Harvey Norman taking the win. Big shout out to you with less than 10 minutes to go in this qualifying session. It's still Jacko not improving on that run, but it may have been an out lap. Cart Dude in the pits. What is Voodoo doing? He's got some traffic up ahead of him. We will wait and see whether he is on a hot lap. Of course, we can tell given the graphics as Greg Bennett's checked in. And Big Greg says it looks like Nemo's still looking for his lost fish. And watch out for Bob Hoskins. Let's have a look at Bob Hoskins, who he's not in this lineup, I don't think, is he? Yes, he is. I beg your pardon. God, how cheeky was that, Bob Hoskins, the Englishman from Perth. And he could be near the top here, Luke. I'm with you on this one. And damn, you've had a good night, Luke. You've almost predicted pole position exactly, just a touch quicker than what Wilco's gone. But Bob Hoskins currently in 17th without a provisional time here tonight. He comes across the line. Where is it going to put him? It's P6, which means look at that gap. Look at the gaps from Wilco, who's spoilt the party, down to Mighty Murph, Ridey, Senna, Notice for Blue, Bob Hoskins. not even covered by a 1/10 of a second. And I'm sure you're going to be trying to go quicker than that, Wilco, even.
Yep, so track's just rub it up a bit more now, so it's flicked to optimum. So we should, hopefully, theoretically, I should go faster. But we'll find out if I can handle the pressure, Trev, which I usually like the pressure, but 5/10 clear is a big gap, but it only takes one good lap, and all those boys are in that 5/10 gap. Is it 5 drivers all within a 10th? That's pretty crazy.
Unbelievable stuff, in fact, and boy, it bodes well for the race tonight as James Barton says, let's go the pink car. Let's take a look at what that pink car is actually doing. I speak of the number 4 car, Righty. He says, let's go, Righty, let's go. Ooh, ooh, big hello to you, Bardo. And James Barton, one of our regulars, is Righty now up into P3. He needs to go a lot quicker. He needs to go 5/10 quicker, doesn't he? Even more to get ahead of this man, Wilco, our man, Wilco, in fact. And Righty now out onto the circuit. And is there a yellow flag? No, I thought I saw a yellow flag. They're all green. And we've just got 7 minutes remaining in this session. And Rick Oztech says, yeah, the pink one. Hello to you, Rick Oztech. Air conditioning supplies in Melbourne. Great to have you with us. And who knows, I might need to book in some air conditioning repair for the summer months. Unless we'll see what COVID's doing before I give you a call, Rick. But 6 minutes, 39 seconds remaining. 6 people watching the stream. Not happy with those numbers, Wilco. They're rookie numbers. Need to bump those numbers up, I reckon. But don't forget to keep your comments coming in. We love it. 7 people now as Wilco currently is going very slowly, just getting a feel for things. Onto the main straight at the moment. And Rick saying, thank you, it's an essential service. And a bit like the player comfort meter, very important to have the air conditioning on and blasting away. Good for your mental health, good for everything, it has to be said. But Wilco then coming through turns 1 and 2. Very flowing circuit, this one. And there's a few passing opportunities here as Voodoo has been kind enough to point out that Senna and Notice have exactly the same time. That is unbelievable. We might just have a look at those times, in fact. And you can see there, Senna and Notice. Look at that, nothing in it at all. And they both ended up on a 1:55. Oh, wait a second, stop everything, because we've got some breaking news out of France. And look at this, Senna now has gone even quicker, and that gap is just 0.4 of a second. So they did have the same time. And speaking of the same time, Nobby and Big Dick Johnson also identical times. So Voodoo, this is very, very close at the moment as we count down to the end of this session. But 10 people, we've reached double figures. Hello to you. It is great to have your company right around the world. As Big Daryl Eastlake used to say, a big hello wherever you're watching right around the country. And Wilco slightly wide there. That is not going to do him any favours in the remaining couple of corners sector, I should say, in this lap, because he's currently sitting pretty, though, out in front as the times are starting to tumble. So everybody has set a time at the moment, from Jason Wilkinson to Dane Williams, aka V8 Man, 51 way down there in 18th position. Full house again tonight. And how good is it? Full house for Tier 2, full house for Tier 1, and a full house in the comments and the viewing box. And it's great to have your company with us in the commentary box for the stream tonight. V8 Man, 4.3 seconds off of pole position, and a couple of seconds even off of Big Dick Johnson in 17th. V8 Man not showing the pace that he needs to show so far tonight, but Wilco out in front from last to first. What can Wilco do here? He's got a few corners. No, you've got more than a few corners left, Wilco. You're only part of the way through your lap, but there might be, what is it, a 155, a 154 if you're Wilco. But so 3 and a bit minutes remaining, so the drivers will have possibly another lap or another 2 laps remaining until the end of this session. And Greg Bennett just sending through a comment there, which I had to approve, saying Nobby needs to tighten up his nuts. and he needs to find some nuts because 2.7 seconds off as Cart Dude. I'll just keep you informed of what's happening here, Wilco. Cart Dude, very sneaky indeed. He's gone quicker with a 154 point, what's that, 8 or 9, so only 2/10 off of you in pole position, and Senna only 0.285 off you at the moment, so they're catching you, Wilco, but they're not quite there yet.
Yep, not there yet. I'm on a good lap at the moment, so hopefully I can...
Stick with it. Stick with it.
Yep.
We'll get back to you. Team Radio. We'll check in. This man he's a busy man. He's on a good lap. He's currently in pole position. It's gone now. Team Radio, we'll get back to you in a moment. But boy, Wilco was on a stonking lap there, but he's just made a mistake. And Cart Dude as well. What can he do? We might stick with this man, our championship leader. That's right, 40 points ahead of Wilco. I think you were in second place, I think, on 33. That gap, 7 points at the top of the standings. And I've got to say, I'm pretty excited because if the positions stay as they are from qualifying heading into the race, it is going to be, well, if they finish that way, you'd both be equal on points. But like we said, Wilco, it doesn't always pan out that way.
No, it doesn't. I just made a mistake then, but I actually did go faster, even though I did muck up that long right-hander. So I dropped 2/10 and then gained 2/10 through the last sector, so last couple of corners. So 54.4, not bad, but I'm sure these boys are coming. They're still right behind me. So well, I got time for one more lap.
Time for one more. Get cracking there. And well, how devastating would that be? Wilco was on pole position by 2/10. He wasn't happy with that, so now he's on pole by 4/10 of a second, but it is very, very close all the way through the field as we take a look at Cart Dude now coming across the line. And is he starting? He may be starting a new lap. Yep, so Cart Dude. We'll get back to him in a moment as Senna is off the track, and now he's back into the pit lane. And Mighty Murph, 6/10 off. Let's take a look at these times at the moment. You can see there, 154, just 3 drivers in the 154s tonight. 54.4 for Wilco, a 54.9, and for Senna and Cart Dude. Mighty Murph in 4th. He'd be pretty happy with that, and look how close it is. Righty, notice for blue, nothing in it. Bob Hoskins, 7th. Barters in 8th. Jacko in 9th. Nemo rounding out your top 10. Dean McKinnon. Make that 12th for Dean McKinnon, 11th for Nemo as we go down the order. Voodoo Child sitting on a 56.3 as we count down. Less than a minute now in this session remaining. Binger with a 156, and then we get into the 157s of the Boss and Nobby Nuts Racing as we keep going down the order. V8 Man with a 157.984, which is 3.5 seconds off of pole position, which is currently held by this man, Jason Wilkinson, who is on his last lap, but Cart Dude's back in the pits, so is Senna. Barter's out on the track, but can Wilco go quicker? That is the final question that we need to ask ourselves. 3, 2, 1. That is it. The session is over. So can Wilco go even quicker? He's got Barters up ahead of him, the man in 4th place. And that will be the question, whether Wilco can improve slightly, but I reckon he's going to have pole position anyway, unless Barters or Mighty Murph can pull something out of the bag. Barters going very slowly, but Mighty Murph, what can he do as GRT checks in? He says, go hard, Cart Dude. Do it for the Benz team. Team Radio, Wilco.
Barters give me a nice slipstream here. That's very not kind of him. I did give him one, so I guess he sort of helped me out here. Thank you for that. That gave me a 10th and a half there.
Good stuff. So you've gained some time there. You lost some time last run, and then you gained it. So you've gained some time here. So use it wisely. And just thanking GRT02, the absolute legend that you are, GRT, and his absolute privilege to bring you this stream tonight. There we go. Thanks, GRT, and to everybody. Greg Bennett, Rick Oztech, and Wilco is off. Spin! No, not quite spinning, but onto the marbles, Wilco. You do not want to be out there.
No, but yeah, no, that's Murph's still on a lap, so you might want to watch him because he is on the screen, still on track. So I don't know where he's on track, but if you can find him and pull it, he might be on for improving his position.
There we go. So we're going to get back to it now, Wilco. Let us know in the comments whether Wilco is coming through loud and clear. You are on in my earpiece, but Mighty Murph, the only one of the top 10 on a hot lap still. Here we go. Qualifying is over. Can Mighty Murph improve? Oh. Yes, but it's still not enough. Oh, gee whiz. I got so close and tried so hard. But in the end, I'm still 2/10 off. I hate you, Wilco, you bastard. Yep, so Wilco taking pole position. That was a little harsh, a little unexpected. But Voodoo, you couldn't have said it better myself. You took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, it must have been when you were commenting. And Wilco sets the quickest lap of the session, but what a qualifying session. Very fast times indeed, Voodoo saying very fast times, Wilco, but what a session as the countdown begins. We might throw to the intro, Wilco, and let you get ready. And here we go, KRL round 3 from Paul Ricard coming up in just over a minute's time. Let's get ready to go racing. Welcome to KRL.
Going on the outside, down the inside. Rob Dog on Wilco. Oh, don't touch, fellas. Side by side, nothing in it. Hackett and Thorpe. Thorpe and Hackett. But V8 man is very, very close. Is he going to have a go down into the hairpin? Oh, Wilco stays out wide. Leaves the door open for Dane, and Dane goes down the inside and takes the lead. But now Wilco's going to have a crack back from around the outside. Can he get it done? Jimbo breaks a little bit early. They almost touch. But Jimbo comes out of the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and I reckon he's going to hold on. Wilco, yes! Righty in 11th, Mr. Wright, looking to go down the inside of Nobby Doldrums, and he's going to get that job done. And I reckon Barters, is he going to win out? Can he hang it around the outside? They touch, but Mighty Murph gets through. Nights a week, Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel.
It's time to go racing for KRL. Welcome back. Here we go. Perfect timing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are ready to go racing now on track here at Paul Ricard. Keep those comments coming in. All 10 people who are watching. We love each and every one of you. Kilroy. Wow, some quick laps. Couldn't agree more, Kilroy. Thank you for watching. Here we go. Wilco and Mighty Murph. There was only a couple of tenths in it there in qualifying, and don't forget about our championship leader who will be able to attack from 3rd place. Good luck, everyone, says Kilroy. We are almost ready for round 3 of this championship. Here we go, 45-minute race ahead of us. Green, green, green. You know what that means. Go, go, go here for KRL. And Jason gets off into the lead. Mighty Murph in second. Dude putting all sorts of pressure on Mighty Murph heading into turn 1. Wilco gets through cleanly. So does Mighty Murph, who slots in behind him. Dude in third. A slight moment there for Dude, which gives Centre an opportunity on lap 1 to take a podium position at the moment. But look at this. 3 wide. It is Jacko, Dean McKinnon, Barters with front row seats to the action, and oh, Dean, there's contact between Barters and Dean McKinnon, and Barters goes down a couple of spots. Jacko into 7th, then it's 8th for Dean McKinnon, Barters in 9th, Matterford rounding out your top 10, and then it's the boss, Binger, and Nemo, V8 man up to 14th. Not a bad start for him after being plumb last in qualifying. Nobby Nuts Racing, Voodoo Child, and then Big Dick Johnson and Bob Hoskins. I'm not sure what happened to Bob Hoskins, but we will get a replay, I'm very sure. But everyone seems to have got away reasonably cleanly. There was some contact between Barters and Dean McKinnon in the early part of that opening lap. as we continue through then. Wilco leads Mighty Murph Can't Dude. If it finished like this, Wilco would take the championship lead after 3 rounds of this season. Centre in 4th, so running line astern at the moment. Righty in that pink Panther Mercedes, pink Porsche I should say. I'm thinking of the Racing Point, aren't I? Pink Mercedes. But anyway, it's a pink Porsche in the number 4. Then it's the 999 Porsche of Notice for Blue. Breathing down the neck of Righty. Then it's Jacko in 7th as the field starts to spread out. Barters and Dean McKinnon, they are going to do battle again. And 14 people watching the stream. Those numbers, we are bumping these numbers up. They were rookie numbers, but now we are getting very nice indeed as the boss outside of the top 10. What can he do about it? Make that, in fact, I beg your pardon, he is now inside the top 10 and he's getting a solitary point. Luke, it's close. It is very, very close indeed. Matterford in 12th. Thanks for subscribing. We have a new subscriber. It is Albert92F1 has just subscribed, Wilco. Just concentrate out the front there. But I did hear that sound effect. Thanks for subscribing, and thank you for that, Albert. And awesome. Might be Prince Albert of Monaco. Who knows? We are in France. We're in the right part of the world for it. But Nobby Nuts almost having a moment there, but keeping it all pointing in the right direction. Voodoo Child. Looking for your bank account details. He won't be getting too many of those. Down in 16th place, but Big Dick Johnson well back. 2 seconds off of Voodoo there in 16th. Bob Hoskins into the pits. Not sure what happened to him, but we might get a replay. Wilco, just let us know when we can get a replay. You don't have to say too much. Yep, we'll give it a go. And let's go. There is Bob Hoskins. But what happened to Bob Hoskins, I hear you ask? Well, we'll just replay. Here we go. Rolling start. We might get it on Bullseye Bobby. He might not have left the pits. Oh, no, that's me. I beg your pardon. But where is Bob Hoskins? Let's have a look through this field. And we can see the start here. El Majacco there on your screen. Matterford. There is Bob Hoskins. We are going to just leave this with Bullseye Bobby and see what happened to him at the start. As you can see there, we were green. And there we go. Off, lights out, away we go, as they say. And Bob Hoskins very much in that midfield. And let's see what happened to him. You can see Righty making moves there at the start. And down into turn 1. They're about 5 wide into there, and that doesn't go into that corner. Bob Hoskins, what happened to him? So far, so good. Right up behind Matterford and alongside Big Dick Johnson. And there we have it. Bob Hoskins making contact, and another one just for good measure with Big Dick Johnson. Big Dick and Bob coming together, and that is never going to have a good outcome. So that is what happened at the start to Big Dick Johnson. We'll get another view of that, I'm sure, as you can see here. Let's have a look. We might change the camera, and we'll take a look at the Microsoft Flight Simulator cam. Look at that. And not really sure whose fault that is. Bob and Big Dick both coming together there. And that is not what you want at the start of the race. So that's what happened. We might just go back to the live action now. And return to garage, drive. No, we don't want to go to drive. Return to garage. There we go. Thank you. As we go back to our race leader. 40 minutes gone, 40 minutes gone, 40 minutes remaining. I'm losing the plot here, Wilco. 12 people watching, lap 2 out of however many laps we can fit in the remaining 39 minutes and 50 seconds of this one. But it is Jason Wilkinson from Carrum Downs. We'd like to acknowledge everybody in Carrum Downs, past, present and emerging. And this man is very, very present at the moment. Not quite sure what the hell I'm going on about, but Mighty Murph. Then it is the man from Auckland down there in Invercargill, Kia ora. And big thank you for everyone in New Zealand. Thanks for watching. I think Auckland and Invercargill are a long way from each other. But anyway, Can't Dude is right behind them. The man from Tasmania. And Launceston, in fact, slotting into 3rd. So now things starting to settle down. And I've got a feeling it's going to be all about strategy in the remaining 40 minutes or so of this race. But Righty in 5th. You can see there now things starting to spread out further down the order. It's the boss in 7th and DJ Mac. Oh, just need to get past the boss, hey. And the angry man who can be angry on the odd occasion, or the boss getting well and truly out of shape, but this will give Dean McKinnon a good chance to come right back at him here as we start another lap. And look at this, it's the boss in 7th, DJ Mac, D McKinnon 96 in 8th, looking for a way past to get up into 7th position as Jacko now. Did Jacko make, I think Jacko's made a move on Binga King. So Jacko, the man who finished 2nd last night, of course, he's currently up there in 9th position in a points paying position, 2 points in fact. So that will give him a good chance for a good race result here tonight. And you can see, oh, here we go, Binga is now going to come back at Jacko down this long straight, no chicane. Like we see on the F1 style layout of this circuit. And you can see Binga through up into 9th position yet again. And what is Jacko going to do? But there's, oh, look at this, it's all happening here as Dean McKinnon down the inside. Look at that, sideways, a bit of sideways action, the rear end stepping out, but he gets ahead of the boss. It's Mercedes versus Porsche here as the boss now goes around the outside, tries to stick it around the outside, make that the inside, but Dean McKinnon's got him and he is up into 7th position. 3 laps gone until the end of this one. Wilco, you've got Murph still breathing down your neck.
Yep, so just trying to control the pace, trying to pull away as quick as I can. I think Brody's right on the back of Alan at the moment, but yeah, just trying to keep the head down and try and build a little gap.
There we go, live and exclusive from the cockpit of the number 19 Porsche. The man who took pole position, and he has stayed there ever since. And you can see now 1.4 seconds that gap. And Mighty Murph, as Wilco mentioned, Mighty Murph under pressure as well from Cart Dude. Don't forget about Cart Dude, who is just biding his time. So you heard Wilco, that gap now exactly 2 seconds, Wilco. So the gap is going out very nicely indeed, but just keep your head down and focus on what you need to do. But it is Wilco, Mighty Murph, Cart Dude. Will he have an opportunity here
Probably
against Mighty Murph to take P2? We did say he'd be very slippery in a straight line. The Mercs always have good straight line speed, don't they? As the number 5 versus the number 51. Oh, forget about that, because Senna just bobs up and sticks his nose in there and says, I'm here, let's go and play. And boy, oh boy, I wasn't even looking at Senna, but this battle might work out well for you, Wilco, at the front there. 2nd, 3rd and 4th, and then it's Righty a bit further back, but look at this, Senna. Oh, he can't turn. Voodoo says, I can't turn my wipers off. And there's got to be a button for that somewhere, Voodoo, surely. What is going on there? Voodoo cannot turn his wipers off, and it's not even raining, but look at this V8 man. Speaking of Voodoo, the Nigerian prince is going to pickpocket the man, V8 man 51, and he will come to his house and beat you. I can't say that, Voodoo, I guess, but Voodoo 16th. 15th for Big Dick Johnson. V8 man has been replaced there in that position. Cart Dude, give it to them Volkswageners. And as James Barton says, stop texting and racing, Voodoo child. It is not good for your health. Bernie says, do not text and drive. Or is it do not drink and drive? Or was it both? I don't know. I'm sure Bernie says a lot of things there in Ibiza in his nice holiday home. But Wilco leads. 5 laps gone in this race. Kilroy, Big Kilroy says LOL. That means he is loving the stream. That's what I'm reading into that comment, Kilroy. And you are a bloody legend, mate. Because with 34 minutes remaining here in the south of France, Sacre Bleu, it's Wilco leading Cart Dude. Cart Dude now, Brody P2 ahead of Mighty Murph. I'm not quite sure where that move got done, but anyway, Cart Dude's managed to get the job done, but Mighty Murph says, I'm going to get back at you, Cart Dude, and I'm going to pass you down the inside, eh? And I reckon he might just do that. I'm spitting everywhere here. But Mighty Murph down the inside. Can he get this move done? It's going to be who's going to be braver, who's going to be bolder on the brakes to try and get this job done. But Cart Dude says, Murph, I'm pushing back, I'm closing the door, and you're not going to get through there, Murph. No, look at that. He just cuts across. It says, no way, Jose. And that is, oh, but he leaves it slightly ajar, slightly open, just giving Mighty Murph a peek through that door and a peek into the temple of, yep, not sure where that was going. I've just digressed a little bit there. But anyway, head down for you, Wilco. This is not a laughing matter. That lead now 3.1 seconds, and you're sitting pretty. And longer, I tell you what, as long as these two battle for second and third,
yeah,
that gap is going to get bigger.
Battling. Please, fight each other. Send it, Alan. Send it.
Basically, we just need to fully send it. That's right, Max. Great quote there from, I think it was the British Grand Prix this year. But what is Mighty Murph doing? They are so close, very, very close. And I reckon he's going to make a move here. 2 doesn't go into 1, does it? But Cart Dude and Mighty Murph, unbelievable stuff. And this is keeping Ayrton Senna-esque in the battle. So second, third and fourth. He's a bit of a dark horse at the moment there, Wilco. Just sitting back here in the number 12 Audi and the beautiful Senna Brazilian livery, tribute livery, if you will. And Senna sempre, Senna mucho. And great stuff. Righty is all on his own now, 2.2 seconds further back from that battle. Then it's Dean McKinnon up there in P6. And all on his own, 9.7 seconds further back from Righty. Binger is not too far behind DJ. And then it's Notice for Blue. Elmer Jacko in ninth. So the midfield, or the lower, the drivers lower down the order, are starting to spread out ever so slightly. Nobby Nuts Racing, Big Dick Johnson 13th, V8 Man 14th. Voodoo Child is in the pits as we speak. And I'm not sure whether that's a scheduled pit stop. Mandatory pit stops, of course, here tonight. Barter's in 16th. Manafort in 17th before Bob Hoskins, the man who got into some contact with Big Dick Johnson a little bit earlier on in this race, is down there rounding out the field in 18th. So, well, Bob Hoskins and Big Dick Johnson making contact on lap 1, but Big Dick Johnson up to 13th and Bob Hoskins down in 18th. So not good for him.
They made their pit stop.
And have they made their pit stop?
Yeah, have they? I don't know. You should see the green next to the name member.
Yep, one has, one hasn't. So Big Dick Johnson, I don't think he has where Bob Hoskins has. So that would explain, of course, Bob being further down the field. As Voodoo comes back out onto the circuit, he is now a lap down. But let's go back to this battle. And Senna and, well, that's Cart Dude up into second once he passed Mighty Murph. But Senna, you said it, Wilco. He's also now ahead of Mighty Murph. So Mighty Murph down to fourth.
Yeah, Senna's pretty quick in that Audi on the straight line, so that should be a good battle between...
Senna spinning! Spin! Round he goes! And just as we give him a rap, they'll let you down. Commentators curse. And can he get this back together? He's going to be, he's going to meet, there we go, Dean McKinnon, Binger. Oh, careful there, Elmer Jacko and a few others coming through, but now he's got it back in the right direction. So that was the famous Dennis Cometti quote. You give them a rap and they'll let you down every time, Bruce. And when we talk about the commentator's curse, but boy, oh boy, it is real. And look at all of them streaming through now. Senna, where is he? He's all the way. He's got to be outside almost of the top 10. So, well, there was 4 or 3, and now it's down to 2, battling it out for P2, leaving this man, Jason Wilkinson, 3.835 seconds in the lead. Incredible stuff here at Paul Ricard, lap 7. Less than 30 minutes remaining in this race, but you know better than anyone, Wilco, that is a long way to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, that 30 minutes to go is what the Tier 2 boys did last night, and that was a long race, so we're still got plenty of laps to go there, Trev. Probably another 18 or so laps, I reckon. Around 24, 25 maybe.
You heard it.
Yeah, just under 20.
Like we said, a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, but a long way to the checkered flag for that man, Wilco. And I believe with 7 points between this man and this man, that if the positions stayed as they were, the championship would be level. heading into round 4 of this season. 3 rounds gone, and it would be level pegging. 40 points, no, not 40 points apiece, 65, something like that. I don't know, because I didn't do maths in year 12, and that's very embarrassing, isn't it? But look at this here in the present. 8 laps gone here at Paul Ricard, and Luke saying, ha ha, good old voodoo, and Jimbo Jones. Senna back to P14. Unbelievable stuff from Senna, who is now in the pits, and probably not a bad idea. He's in the pits along with me, isn't he, there down there in P19? But Senna in the pits at the moment, and deciding probably best to make his pit stop and come back out with a fresh set of tyres possibly, and going right to the end. But things starting to calm down just a little bit here in this one. The closest battle is probably between the boss in P9 and Elmer Jacko in P8. As you can see, 8th and 9th together there, the number 74 Mercedes. And then Nemo rounding out your top 10 as he runs a little bit wide, and the beautiful looking McLaren there. V8 man now up to 11th. And so the top 13 drivers yet to make their stop. And so that only leaves, what, 5 drivers have pitted and 13 have not out of the 18 who started. 18 drivers started, 18 are still running, 10 people watching the stream. Thursday night KRL style. Nowhere else you want to be other than watching this live stream tonight, as that gap is stretching is stretching big. It's a bigger and bigger gap out at the front now. It's almost 5 seconds, Wilco, but like you said, it's not over until it's over. And 9 laps completed in this one, and it is Wilco, Kart Dude, Mighty Murph. So your top 3 then, Righty in P4, DJ Mac in P5, and then Binger all the way up in 6th place. Good effort from him. And then it's Notice for Blue, Jacko, like we said, the boss, Nemo, V8 man, Big Dick Johnson. And something has happened here. We have frozen up, and we will go for a short commercial break and be back with you and all the action very shortly. Stay tuned.
Welcome to KRL. He's going on the outside, down the inside. Rob Dog on Wilco. Oh, don't touch, fellas. Side by side, nothing in it. Hackett and Thorpe. Thorpe and Hackett. But V8 man is very, very close. Is he going to have a go down into the hairpin? Oh, Wilco stays out wide. Leaves the door open for Dane, and Dane goes down the inside and takes the lead, but now Wilco's going to have a crack back for him around the outside. Can he get it done? Jimbo breaks a little bit early. They almost touch, but Jimbo comes out the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and I reckon he's going to hold on. Wilco, yes! It's riding in 11th, Mr. Wright. Looking to go down the inside of Nobby Doldrums, and he's going to get that job done. And I reckon Barters, is he going to win out? Can he hang it around the outside? They touch, but Mighty Murph gets through. Nights a week, Wednesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel. It's time to go racing for KRL.
Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us. We are back, and it's great to be back. Boy, I've never quite had the technical issues I've had that I had just then, but we are back on the air. Wilco, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Good stuff, loud and clear, over and out. We are back on the air. Big thank you. We've still got 8 people watching this stream, unbelievably, after 10 or so minutes of dead air. But let's just see let's recap what has happened since we have been gone. And Brody has a drive-through penalty. Thanks for sticking with us, Kilroy, who says, good old NBN, LOL, great stuff. It is V8 man P1 stop-go penalty for Dean McKinnon as well. Wowee, there's been plenty happening indeed. Wilco has made a pit stop, leaving just this man, V8 man 51, with 15 minutes to go in this race. 14 laps gone, yet to make a stop. And wowee, Wilco has a net first place, of course. That gap now, Mighty Murph, well, I'm guessing that the gap's closed a little bit. Mighty Murph's made up some ground there, Wilco. He's worked his way back up to a net P2, righty now in P4. This man has a bit of a habit, doesn't he, of creeping up the order throughout the course of the race and giving us a surprise result. And Binger, number 5, he's in P5, I should say, in the number 33 drive-through penalty for track limits. For car number 9, it's Nemo, who's currently sitting in P10, but for how long, I hear you ask? Because he needs to serve a drive-through penalty and can't do it all the way down in 11th, but that he did have a drive-through penalty as well, I believe, Wilco.
Yep, he did. So track limits again. So you're going to see a few penalties towards the end of this race. I'm on warning number 1, so I got that early on. So I was going to make sure I don't get another 3, because you get 3 warnings and then the 4th one's a drive-through.
There we go.
So as long as you stay that, you'll be right.
So it's not 3 strikes and you're out, 4 strikes and you're out. So righty, P4, like we said, Binger. Notice for blue, right up behind Binger. These two are very, very good friends, I believe. They might not be good friends, but they're very close anyway out on the circuit. And this battle for P5, and boy oh boy, since we've been gone, there's been some positional changes, to say the least. Not so much up at the front with V8 man, our current race leader, 15 laps gone, drive-through cleared, so Nemo's been in and out of the pits and served his drive-through penalty for being a bit of a naughty boy. And notice for blue, we might stick with this battle because I believe it is the closest on the circuit. Notice for blue comes out from behind Binger King. He comes out from behind the Nissan and looks to have a look down the inside of Binger, but I'm not sure whether he's got enough straight line speed. That Nissan is very handy along that back straight, and notice for blue just could not get anywhere near him in the Porsche as the number 96, who's that? Dean McKinnon. He's an angry man at the best of times, Dino, but he's down there in P16. He has served his penalty as well. So he's in a net 16th at the moment. Big Dick Johnson is down there, all the way down there in P17. And that's got to be Mighty Murph there coming through to lap him. And boy, oh boy, it's all been happening. It's all happening here, as Bill Laurie used to say. Classic stuff, 12th man. Great stuff, but you are, well, you're catching V8 man. In fact, you've gone better than just catching him. You've passed him, Wilco, so you've taken the lead again. Not sure what strategy there he is on, Dane. But I've got to say that there's no chance of a safety car here tonight, Wilco, but he is running longer. So anyway, Wilco up into the lead, V8 man second, and then James Barton saying righty for P3 tonight. That is a big call, but educated call, good call, I reckon, and fair call, as Big Dick Johnson going off up ahead. Not too sure what's happening there, but he's way down in 17th position. But righty P4, James Barton calling it early for a podium finish, and then it's Binger in 5th, but notice the blue not leaving him any space at all. And he is very close now. That gap just a second between them at the moment. which is not a lot in anyone's books at all. But we've got a dozen minutes left in this one. And we do apologise for the technical difficulties we experienced a moment ago. But I'm convinced it's overheating, Wilco. These cars get hot. And I reckon my PS4, where it's sitting on the floor, gets very hot as well. But this game does have a habit of crashing, though, as we know all too well. But V8 Man hanging in there in second. Notice for Blue in sixth, but now he's dropping a little bit further back. But Barters, hello there, Barters 81. He says P7, Notice for Blue. He's got his eyes on P6 at the moment, and maybe even Binger's position in P5. But Mighty Murph, that gap, as we see V8 Man finally come into the pits. So the positions will reset themselves as Jason Wilkinson on lap 17 from Carrum Downs in Victoria. We know Big Shep's watching. We know he calls you Nibbles. And the whole crew down there at Sinbad's in Scoresby, Victoria. God, I wish Dad had just let them open up again. But Wilco, that talking about opening up, that's a 6-second lead nearly over Mighty Murph, 10 minutes to go.
Yep, so again, just making sure I don't get any corner cuts. Just keep the pace up. Don't need to do anything silly, don't have to push too hard. Just maintain that gap, that's all you need to do.
That's all you need to do.
Easier said than done, though.
Much easier. I was just about to say that. It is much easier said than done. But a lot easier for me calling the action here in the commentary box. But you can see there 8 people watching the stream. Make that 8 people. Yep, 8 people. Sorry, I lost it there for a second, but 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in this one. Round 3 of this championship. Don't forget to keep subscribing, keep watching. It helps us out immensely getting those watch hours up here on the live stream. And you can see 61 playbacks, 8 viewers at the moment, 4 likes with an average watch time of 9 minutes and 23 seconds. My God, these stats are huge. They're huge. Just like Donald Trump says, it's huge. And no fake news here. Thank you for that, Mr. Trump, as Wilco leads, Murph in second, Righty in third. Well, Jimmy Barton called it. P3 for this man.
Oh, Jono.
As car number 66 has a drive-through penalty. That is Big Dick Johnson. Oh no! Big Dick Johnson off into the barriers. And not even the 587 metres of runoff area could save him there, Wilco. He is off the track and now into the pit lane. That could be the end of his race tonight, as V8 Man, who came into the pits late, he left it as late as he could. Those tyres would have been in very bad condition, I would say, given what we were saying about tyre wear earlier on in the stream tonight. But V8 Man down there in 14th. And what about this man? We haven't called his name too much tonight. I speak of Voodoo Child, baby, baby, baby. You are my Voodoo Child down there in 13th. Can he get inside the top 10? Well, I don't think he's going, because he's a good 30-odd seconds off of Matterford there in P10 for the final points paying position. Bob Hoskins seems to be getting in a little bit of trouble in some of the recent races after that stonking drive back at Suzuka, I think it was, in one of the practice rounds up into P3. And we had the privilege of hearing that suave English Perth accent over the post-race interviews, which was absolutely magnificent indeed. But meanwhile, this man is emerging. He's not from the past, he's very much from the present. And he is 6 seconds in the lead over Mighty Murph. 51, the number 51, indicating his favourite driver, of course, in Greg Murphy. Also a Kiwi, and currently doing some nice things with Fox Sports. That new TV deal as well getting announced, of course. Channel 7, KO, Fox Sports getting the supercars for
Have they announced Trevor Byers as the commentator yet?
No, we're saving the biggest announcement to last. But stay tuned. You'll hear it here first, I've got to say. And we're just in negotiation talks at the moment, Wilco. Looking for maybe a 7-year deal. loaded at the top end, a bit like Brodie Grundy's deal at Collingwood. That'd be nice. 7 mil for 7 years. But riding in P3, that's right, Mr. Wright, Andrew Wright in P3. And what I love about this man is if anyone, any negative comments, Wilco, anything on social media, on Facebook, Righty just jumps in and fights these battles for me, I must say. He's loves to get up and about on the comments. I think everyone from his family voted in that competition too, the Commentate the Stars competition.
His wife wanted to marry you, didn't he?
I think so. My wife not too happy about that. But anyway, enough about that. But Righty, the great man in P3, Binger up there in P4. I can't remember where he started because I've got terrible short-term memory, Wilco, but P4, not a bad effort from Binger.
Yes, definitely. It's about time he had some good luck. He's been horrible luck in having horrible luck in Tier 2, so it's good to see him have a clean race and show his pace.
Good stuff, and notice for Blue keeping him honest, however, in P5. And Jacko, not a bad performance. It's been a good couple of nights for Jacko, of course, who's increased his pace dramatically since joining the KRL family. And driver of the day, don't forget to keep your comments coming in, as James Barton says, Righty is your driver of the day. Thank you, Martin. As Jacko, like we said, his pace has been good, and it's got even better. He almost got pole position last night, P2 in qualifying, P2 in the race, and now P6 here in Tier 1. So you can't count this man out. But speaking of that, Jacko getting a little bit slippery, silly salmon sideways there. And that is going to give Barters a crack at him with 5 minutes and some change left in this race. Stop-go penalty for somebody.
Dane.
There we go, Dane, V8 man 51, as Luke says driver of the day is Binger. Why do I keep saying driver of the day is Martin Rundle? I'm not too sure, but Wilco for Wooden Spoon says James Barton. That's a little bit harsh. A little bit harsh, I reckon there, Wilco. 6.4 seconds in the lead, sitting pretty. But
Bit of banter.
Anyway, bit of banter. Don't we love it? So Luke reckons Binger, absolutely good banter. So Binger says Binger, driver of the day, according to Luke. Thank you, Luke. And yep, that's not bad. I'll vote for that one too. And James Barton will go for the Wooden Spoon. I'm assuming he doesn't go for Adelaide. And Luke says the Pinger King. So I'm not sure what
that's true. He likes to ping. He's got some bad internet, but he seems to be alright tonight.
Okay, I was thinking of something else. But Rick Oztech says...
Oh, maybe that too.
Righty for driver of the day. And boy, oh boy, Rick Oztech from Rick Oztech Air Conditioning Services in southeast Melbourne says Righty driver of the day. So 2 for Mr. Wright. And I reckon there's two for Righty. And I reckon Righty's winning at the moment. Or I think it's even, I think. A little bit harsh. None for Wilco, none for Mighty Murph.
Everyone get the votes in.
Get your votes. Keep them coming in with 3 minutes. It's getting awfully dark, Wilco. We're not expecting any rain, I hope. But track temperature optimum, track condition, I should say, optimum track temperature. 21 degrees, air temperature 21 degrees, and no wind to speak of. So is Tony Gregg. Who could forget about the player comfort meter? The humidity about 88%, and the chance of a shower or two, and wind coming out of my arse at about 20. But Wilco leads this race. 21 laps completed here at Paul Ricard, and Mighty Murph in second. That gap is not closing, and it is getting bigger and bigger as the comments are still coming in. Let us know if I'm still sounding as sexy as I did at the start of this stream. I had to reset some things. But Rick Oztech, Righty driver of the day. Thank you, Rick Oztech. James Barton says, don't forget to like Barton Motorsports on all your social media channels. That would be absolutely magnificent. It would make Jimbo's night very happy indeed. And GRT says, my ding-a-ling. And ding-ling, ding-ding's got the day. My ding-a-ling, oh, I want you to vote for my ding-a-ling. Thank you, GRT02. I reckon that's a vote for Binger, Dinger, my ding-a-ling. So that's 3 for ding-a-ling and 2 for Righty. one for somebody else. And this is 2 minutes remaining in this race. That's the important part about it. This man on your screen has 1 lap to go, I think, after this one.
Yeah.
And Kilroy voting for Binger. I reckon Binger's got this here. Binger's got driver of the day, unless we get a rush.
Is Notice right on him?
He certainly is. There's nothing in it. 0.2 of a second down that back straight, Wilco.
Yeah, I thought I can see 33 seconds behind a couple there, so
there we go.
that could be a good little battle.
Well, he's gonna earn it right down to the wire here. Binger currently holding on to P4 and driver of the day status, if you don't mind, as there we go. Race control. We heard it there. Race control leader on the final lap. So we're going to get this lap. This is the final lap, lap 22. What's that going to be? 22 laps completed here at the end of this race. And you can see he's almost home and dry here. Just a few more corners. In fact,
start of the sector.
Start of the sector. There we go. Oh, that's what I said, Wilco. A few more corners and a few more sectors, in fact. But Jacko not far behind Notice, so we'll keep an eye on that battle as well. So it is Binger in P4, our driver of the day as it currently stands, and then it's Notice for Blue and Jacko. So this battle, 4th, 5th and 6th, not over yet. In fact, Jacko, thank you, Jimbo. Don't forget to like Barton Motorsports. In fact, go on Facebook right now. In fact, don't go on Facebook right now. Do it after this battle is finished. Thank you for that, Jimbo, and your shout out here tonight. But 4th, 5th and 6th all together as we come back onto this back straight for the final time here. What's Wilco doing, I hear you ask? He's not too far away from the end, but then it's Mighty Murph, Righty, Binger. This battle, we're going to see Righty across the line, I think. Wilco across the line, I should say. Then Murph, then Righty, then Binger, but down the back straight. Oh, they're separated by only fractions at the moment, but Wilco is coming around. Now he's only got a couple of corners to go here at Paul Ricard. He's going to cross the line and take victory here. He is going to conquer France tonight and be the king of France. You can see it, the number 19 Porsche. Wilco is coming onto the start-finish straight. And you can see drifted Wilco, the fans are saying, but he's not going to do that as he crosses the line to win this race here in France. Round 3 of this championship goes to Wilco, and that does mean he will get the championship lead as Mighty Murph finishes second, Righty as well, P3. So not quite getting driver of the day, but a magnificent drive from this man. And you called it early. I think it was Jimbo who said Righty for P3 as he crosses the line to finish in third. And Binger, currently our driver of the day, P4. But look at this, Notice for Blue just behind him. And Jacko is going to finish in 6th after all of that. Barter's in 7th. And Cart Dude losing his championship lead. He did have a penalty as well. We saw... I was about to say we missed that off air as Can't Do there, heading back to Tasmania. The boss in 9th. Bob Hoskins across the line. Good recovery from him in 10th. Matterford off the circuit there.
Doughies, mate. Doughies.
Doughies. He's not even going to finish the race, is he? Or is he a lap down?
Tyre.
Is he a lap down?
Oh, Madford. No, I think he's finished.
Yep, so
I don't
Matterford.
know. I've blown both rear tyres, though.
There we go. You've had a couple of blowouts. Nobby Nuts Racing is coming across the line, and not too many people taking a nibble of Nobby Nuts tonight. But there we go. We're getting race control saying turn on the lights, turn on the lights. As Voodoo finishing in 13th. Not doing too badly there, but Dean McKinnon in the pit, 7 laps down. And there was 23 laps completed for the number 19 Porsche. And it is our man Wilco. You, once again, Wilco, you get the pleasure of interviewing yourself after this one.
I will in a second. Quick, take a commercial break. I'll invite Righty and Murph in, and I'll let you start that up. I'll be back in a sec. Awesome,
good stuff. As our race winner heads off to do what he needs to do and take a commercial break, as we like to call it there. But keep those comments coming in for everybody out there watching. Your driver of the day is very, very important to us. And keep those comments coming in. It's currently Binger in P4. I can't remember where he started, and if anyone could remind me, that would be absolutely bloody magnificent. Oh! but we're waiting for our second and third place drivers to enter the party before Wilco gets back. And in fact, Righty, Andrew Wright has entered the party chat. And, the chat, the live stream, the comments were flooding in, Righty. They were calling P3 for you, mate. Talk us through your race tonight and a good result in the end.
Yeah, no, I went as good as I thought I was going to go, really. Fourth was what I thought I would do, and Brody got a penalty, so bumped me up. Hopeless track, though. Terrible.
That's right. You go to your
I couldn't fight at all. I was on my last penalty from lap 4 for cut track or whatever, so just took it easy from there.
Good stuff, mate. P3 in the end as we welcome, we'll do this in reverse order. Alan Suter, key runner to you, and a big hello, Mighty Murph. Second in the end, mate. You couldn't quite get the win, but talk us through your race as well.
Yeah, it was, in all honesty, probably the best that could have got tonight, I think. Unlucky for Brody, drive through. Would have been an interesting race between us. I think we're pretty similarly matched in pace. And then Jason was just another league of his own, really. Probably had second warnings from about 10 laps in, so I just kind of backed it off. Yeah.
It's some pretty sad news coming out, Trev. Dean Jones just had a heart attack and passed away.
Wow.
That's my mate's uncle.
Breaking
He
news.
was commentating IPL apparently, so. Well, like not during it, but yeah.
Legend of
Dad just told me.
Legend of Australian cricket. There, I've met him a couple of times, so that's a bit of a shock. But wow, that's a lot to take in. But Wilco, we'll finish up here. We'll go to you, mate. Good result for you tonight. Yet again, you take the championship lead, and I think, like Mighty Murph said, that's the best he could have done. But was it the perfect race for you tonight?
Yeah, that was pretty much what I said I wanted after lap 2 or 3. I just wanted to build that gap, and then it was pretty cruisy then. I only had one morning, and that was early on, so I had a bit to play with if I needed to towards the end, and we'll be right. But yeah, no, it was a good race. Looked like I had some good battles right through, and about a 10-minute cool down with the stream, so I guess good night all round.
Yep, good night all round, barring the technical issues. We do apologise for that, but we're working. There's a lot of screens and a lot of things going on, but we do the best we can to get this stream to you, and we do appreciate everybody watching tonight. Still good to see 13 people tuning in tonight, but we are almost out of time. Congratulations, Wilco, to you two, Murph, over there in New Zealand, and also to Righty for finishing in P3, our top 3 finishes tonight. Wilco, we are almost out of time. I think we're almost ready to wrap up. A big thank you to all our viewers once again, and Bob Hoskins getting driver of the day, finishing in P4. And there we go, Voodoo. Thank you for your support always. Kilroy, Luke, Jimbo as well. Bob Hoskins there saying getting a point there after an incident early on in the race. And Kilroy as well. So big thank you to everyone for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you these streams twice a week. Don't forget to tune in for round 4 of this championship. Tier 2 Wednesday nights from 8 p.m. and Tier 1 followed on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks very much for joining us, folks. It's great to have your company with us, but it's bye for now. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Oh, that was